dash in, and he steals the bird! How did that connect by Fini!
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Amazon European Masters. We're moving on to what could be our final game of the day, depending on the outcome. Trouble, Vodafone Giants need to win to get that opportunity to play for first seed.
Oh, isn't that aggravating though for Vodafone Giants? They very convincingly, well, I'll take the convincingly out. I'll take the, I'm just yeeting the convincingly here. They beat Kamilius today in literally a bloodbath of a back and forth game. Giants beat Kamilius, yet they're chasing their tail again in their standings. Giants have to beat Mousesports for a chance to beat Kamilius and take that first place seed in a tiebreaker. So Kamilius right now are just sitting very comfortably in first. Giants have to beat MOUZ, then there's a tiebreaker with Kamilius, and then whoever wins there takes first place in the group.
And it's what you said, it's a case of they prove that they can beat KCorp, but now it's a question of can they beat MOUZ, who have been a team that have already out of the tournament. They're 2-3, this is their last game that we're going to see from them, but they've looked pretty decent for large periods of their gameplay, so they're not going to be an easy team to take down by any stretch. So this one, massive game in Group D.
I feel like the early game from the side of Mousesports is pretty strong, but when it comes to the decision making and the transition from mid to late, this is where they lose it, and this is where the better on paper teams shine. Last time Mousesports and Vodafone Giants met on the Rift, Antonio was playing Kennen. I think he had something like 36 or 38 CS 10 minutes into the game. Czekolad swapped his Xin Zhao to the top side of the map, played against the Antonio's Kennen, and that Kennen was not a factor in the game for 30-ish minutes. When that time came, when the team fights came for Vodafone Giants, then it was a completely different story. The Kennen dominated the fights, he had his items by then, and if you cannot close it out versus Giants, it shows how easy it is for them through team fights to take the win away from you.
And when we're moving towards this game, which is going to be starting up in a couple of minutes' time, what are we needing to keep our eyes on? Because is the onus on a team like MOUZ, who are already out but are playing spoiler, is it on them to try and really take the fight to the team that's already qualified? Or is it on Giants where you think the pressure's going to maybe show a little bit and they're going to be ones who are going to be trying to force stuff through early?
So worst case scenario, Vodafone Giants are through. They've already locked in quarterfinals, right? Now it's the pride that's talking. Because, again, you beat Kamilius today, you want to snatch away that first seed away from them. But first, you've got to go through MOUZ, which you've already beaten previously. So technically, you just got to go and do the rinse and repeat, beat MOUZ for a chance to go against Kamilius and challenge them for the first place. Yet again, twice in a day.
They're not going to be able to do so with the Karthus on the table, removed from Gadget. MOUZ, you're never going to see that one, the same as Sebex, Annie, but we'll have to see what he's going to prioritize and what power picks are going to make their way onto the Rift.
I wonder if MOUZ are going to do the same thing that Kamilius did and ban 5 AD carries versus Attila. I felt like Kamilius' move was a little bit weird because you're playing on blue side, so technically even if you deprive them of the better ADCs or whatever he feels comfortable on, which is pretty much the entire pool, you have blue side, so you're going to get counterpicked in other lanes. Now MOUZ have red side, so even if they choose to dispatch off all the strong picks from Attila, they're going to have counterpicks on all the other lanes if they so wish to. And we know that the early game is where MOUZ really shine, and they seem to be following the same trend.
Absolutely. Set, Karthus, Tristana, and Ezreal being removed. And as you said, maybe it's just going to be the focus. Maybe they're just going to... Will it even work, though? These are the questions. Giants helping them out by getting rid of the Varus as well. Just squeezing that pool even tighter.
And Severe is going to be the last one. Exactly the 3 bans coming out of Kamilius as well. 4 AD carry bans out of 6. Well, technically...
Yes, 5 with the Karthus.
5 with the Karthus, because that's Gadget's pick as well. So we have 5 out of 6 bot lane bans right here. And of course, 113 is going to snatch away the Xin Zhao. We've talked about the power of that champion, extremely strong in all stages of the game. His survivability is insane, but Gadget is going to grab his Ziggs, which means that the pressure is going to fall on the top side of the map to play more for the early game. And I'm wondering, is this going to be something like a Viego? Because we haven't seen Viego in a while in the jungle, and Pridestalkr made a good case for himself in the Prime League with the Viego.
Yeah, we've seen the Lee Sin the past couple of games, so whether that's the option, it's still available if MOUZ want to go in that direction. But it looks like they're just looking towards their bot lane with the Ziggs and the Rakan now being locked in.
Really good engage, really good disengage. They forgot about the other champion though that does these things really well and also counters Rakan in lane, which is the Thresh. And I wonder what ADC is going to be paired up with. You've got plenty of choices later on, the Aphelios, the Jinx, any other hyper carry, the Xayahs, if you want to snatch that away for a potential flex of the Ziggs in the mid lane from the side of MOUZ. But the Twisted Fate is going to get locked in, and I'm expecting, if the Twisted Fate gets locked in, you need one lane to play through, whether that's your bot lane or your top lane. Now, usually because you're on the blue side, the Antonio plays weak side top lane, such as the Orns, the Science, yada, yada, yada. So I would expect that maybe Attila wants to go with something a little bit more aggressive, and they might want to play through the side of the map.
We'll see where this Irelia is going to go. Locked in for MOUZ, could be mid, could be top. They've got themselves a little bit of flexibility moving into the second round of bans. Now the question is, are they going to keep pinching this marksman pool?
Aphelios is still up, pairs up really well with the Thresh, but we talked about the Antonio playing tanks, weak side top lane, and if they're willing to put the Irelia in the top side of the map, maybe for themselves. Right now it's a flex, but they could choose to put it in the top side of the map, and they want to make sure that this Irelia has a really, really good matchup. They don't want the Antonio on something that he's really comfortable on, which is this weak side top laner, so they're going to take the Ornn away. I am expecting potentially maybe even an Aphelios ban, because it pairs up really well with the Thresh. Xin Zhao creates a lot of space around him as well.
Let's see if that's where they're going to want to go, or if they hit the Antonio with another tank or another safe pick. It's actually going to be the Kalista being taken off the table. That's a bit of an interesting one.
So, another marksman ban versus Attila. And I wonder what he's going to end up playing. He could potentially take the Xayah away. Works really well with the Thresh right here. That's one of the marksmen that has remained. Again, the Aphelios is another choice that they can make. And for the side of MOUZ, we still have to see their jungle, and we still have to see potentially their top or their mid. Viego still up for grabs and available for them. And we're going to have to wait and see, because they might need another source of AP damage around the map, and we'll see where they want to choose to slot that in. We could potentially even see a Kennen coming out from the top lane for Satorius, depending on what the matchup is. There's just so many picks that are like open and available right now. Oh my god!
Okay, we've got Czekolad on the Z.
I'm excited. I'm officially excited.
Oh my word. Irelia, Zed, Rakan. These team fights are going to be an absolute nightmare to follow.
I mean, if it ever gets to that, we mentioned how important the early game is for MOUZ, and locking in a champion like Zed, you need a very strong jungler to pair it up with, unless the Zed goes jungle. It was recently buffed a couple of patches ago specifically for the jungle, so we could be seeing Pridestalkr on the Zed. We also mentioned the Aphelios, of course, pairs up really well with the Thresh, really good in later on team fights, 200 years, yada, yada, yada. And what weak side top laner will the Antonio choose right here? Even the Kennen is a good choice, but Irelia is a big threat into the Kennen. But teamfight-wise, it's a really good choice, creates a lot of peel around the Aphelios.
There it is. It's going to be the Kennen locked in. And as you said, a lot of peel for this entire Giants roster, but now MOUZ going to have to give us the description. I believe actually it was Pridestalkr who played Zed jungle over in the Prime League playoffs. I think I remember seeing that on Twitter, and it's going to be the Rumble.
Okay, let's see the shuffle right now. What is it going to be? Is it going to be Rumble top, Rumble jungle, Rumble mid? Where is everyone going? If it ends up as is, Pridestalkr is going to be the one piloting the Zed. We mentioned how, again, his clear speed was buffed with a lot of jungle changes. I think it was in 11-14, if I'm not wrong. and Zed was one of these champions that got buffed into the jungle. Now, I want to see how his clear speed is going to pair up with one of the fastest that we have right now in League of Legends, which is the Xin Zhao, and how early on can you make plays towards the top side of the map? Are they going to choose to attack the Antonio yet again? Are they going to choose to get the Irelia ahead early on? It's definitely going to be the top side of the map. I'm going to put... I'm not sure what you call it, guys. What is the top? It's not a full stop. It's like the full stop that's like above.
Wait, you mean like the little star?
No. It's like the full stop that's like on the top, where it's sort of like, I'll put a stop right now, but I'll continue talking about it later on.
An
I don't know.
asterisk?
I'm no English. I don't know what it's called.
Is that what we're...
No, it's not an asterisk. No.
Do you know what, though? We're onto the rift. We've got the Vodafone Giants on the blue side. We've got MOUZ on the red. But it looks like K-Corp hit Matchco so hard that they dropped their playbook, and MOUZ have just picked it up. We've got Rumble top. We've got Zed jungle, of all places. We've got the Irelia Ziggs Rakan. These are some fascinating pickups. We'll have to see how they go into this Giants comp, which is just so strong. They've got so much power across the rift.
Man, it's going to be so difficult because you want to have the playmaking ability. You've got the Irelia, you've got the Zed, you've got the Rumble, but on the other side, they have Miniduke on to the Twisted Fate. Level 6, you can follow around the Xin Zhao. We mentioned how Xin Zhao is just so strong in all iterations of the game. Early, mid, late game. This champion is created to brawl. It's created to fight, and I would love to see the clear speed of the Zed compared to the Xin Zhao and what they're going to choose to go with it. Of course, we mentioned how if Gadget is being put onto a Varus or a Ziggs duty, he's going to be the weak side, so definitely Pridestalkr does not want to be focusing over there. So he's going to get the leash from his bot lane, and then he's going to move towards the top side of the map. They doing it again for the third time in a row. Czekolad role swapping top side. Playing against the Kennen. We mentioned how it's a very, very hard matchup to play. Kennen really does suffer against the Irelia because Irelia has the all-in potential onto the Kennen, so it really does hurt. Her 1v1 is pretty strong against a lot of champions in the game right now because she's just that strong. Look at that. Level 1, baby. Let's go.
We've seen the Antonio get bullied on this pick before.
And it was Czekolad. It was Czekolad who bullied him.
Yeah, it was. But this raises the question of how does Rumble mid do into Twisted Fate? Because that's a matchup that I haven't seen for quite some time.
Yeah. What we have seen, though, and it wasn't that far back, was Czekolad forcing the Antonio to only have 36 CS in 10 minutes. So this is much harder to do, of course, because when the Kennen is underneath the tower, it's really hard to keep bullying him underneath the tower. And looking at the clear speed right now, it looks like the Zed is way ahead of the Xin Zhao in this particular moment, and I'm not sure what 113 has in mind. Have they crashed in the wave underneath the tower?
It's been spotted on a wall.
They have, and they're looking for a dive. They've been spotted on a wall, but that's a Rakan that's level 2 with a knock-up, 2 flashes, and exhaust. This is extremely dangerous. Unless a hook lands, it's really, really, really hard.
And it's just going to force 113 to back away and consider going up again, but the Rift Scuttle is there, which is what he's going to just grab and immediately remove. Pridestalkr should be able to get the top side one, even without priority. And yeah, just a little bit of wasted time from the Xin Zhao, but he didn't have much else to take as he moves down into that bot side to start picking it up now.
The thing is, again, 28 CS to 17. He's gonna go back, he's gonna buy his first items, and he's going to be ready to fight. We mentioned Zed wants to brawl early on. You don't necessarily want to meet Xin Zhao, but you can play towards the top side where your Irelia is. You can play in the mid lane where your Rumble is. You can try to keep that Twisted Fate pinned in lane or even set him behind. So when level 6 comes and the Twisted Fate wants to roam, you stop that ability instantly. Double longswords purchased already for the Zed, and a full clear, and he's back onto the map heading towards the bot side.
Attila needs to be a little bit cover. Couldn't take the lantern because of the nice ward placement, but look who's coming down. Pridestalkr wants to make his name known on the rift. Nice flash from Kamilius. He gets the knock-up onto Kasing. He's going to be able to flash away, but the bomb goes wide. Will Pridestalkr be able to get the kill? Yes, he will. First blood to the Zed.
Oh my god, Zed jungle Pridestalkr makes it work. The clear speed was fantastically quick. He's ahead in CS, he's already on the map, his jungle has respawned and he's already back at it, clearing. On the other side of the map, Czekolad is respecting, allowing the wave to push into him, and now with his 4 stacks, the Antonio has to be very careful. He has to flash away.
He has support though, Miniduke coming on through, and with these minion wave, they were considering a dive, but it looks like neither of them particularly interested in that one, so gonna back away, but look at this first blood again.
Absolutely, MOUZ right there are taking the fight. You see that Attila oversteps, gets knocked back from the satchel, and he's extremely low HP. But right here, they're staying. They're staying in lane because they have to shove in that wave. I'm not sure why they're staying right there. They could have potentially backed. They choose to stay. They lose all the summoners remaining, and they lose the support, and the kill very crucially goes to that Zed. And it's going to be problematic because when he backs, he's most likely going to have the serrated Dirk into his inventory, and this is going to hurt because it's one hell of an early power spike for a champion like Zed.
And when he gets that death mark, it's going to be hard for any of these champions, and there are plenty of squishy options available to gank. Miniduke, you got Attila, you've even got the Antonio before he gets 6 and is able to ult away, or if that ult is down. There's just happy hunting grounds across the board for Pridestalkr, although Kasing and 113, they're the ones moving down river. Miniduke is there, will get knocked up by Kamilius, but it is Gadget who gives his life, not burning anything though, just gonna be removed from the map.
Yeah, really great stuff. We mentioned that the Twisted Fate, the second he hits level 6, he would want to create an opportunity for the map. The kill goes to 113, but look at the mid lane. What do you lose on the rest of the map? And do they want to try potentially in dive again? Because there's another wave that's piled on.
Kasing's in trouble. He's gone down. Attila now could be in the same position, going to get jumped onto a decent amount of damage coming through. Teleport onto the back of 113 as well. He's going to try and dive onto Pridestalkr, but should be able to dive away. Nice ultimate coming through from Satorius. It doesn't hit too many people, but it gets the fight reignited as the knockup comes on through. Until it gets the kill onto Kamilius, but it's traded as the jungler is felled. Easy as that for MOUZ.
Everything lives and dies with Pridestalkr. We mentioned that the serrated Dirk was going to be very important for him to get onto the map and create more picks, and that's exactly what he does. They took bot lane summoners from the previous fight, and now they're rinsing and repeating, getting Pridestalkr back onto the map. 10 CS ahead for the jungler of MOUZ, and the Antonio,
he could look to take his fight though, but Czekolad, he's just a little bit too slippery.
It's just Irelia thinks it's really hard to 1v1. The Antonio even has the sickest arm guard right there. It doesn't matter because he got Irelia'd 1v1, which is what the champion is exactly designed to do from very early on. We mentioned how it's really hard to play this matchup if you are the Kennen, and you see that even after level 6, he does lose these fights.
Pridestalkr's on 6 now, has that serrated Dirk. What can this 2-kill jungler get up to? What shenanigans should we be expecting from this set?
Pridestalkr must be really, really close to completing his first item as well, and this is going to be extremely scary.
He's rich. That's the most gold in the game right now.
3.5k, and he pretty much can do whatever he wants onto the map because you can expend, you don't have to expend mana because you have the Rumble in the mid lane who can push in the wave real quickly and then starting to roam. Your Irelia, you know, is winning 1v1, so she's going to be able to roam first. And then as for your bot lane, they're going to be playing extremely safe. Summoner is back up for Kamilius as well, the flash and the exhaust for potential dives. So, of course, since you have the early game momentum for MOUZ, you need to be securing these Rift Heralds, which is exactly what Pridestalkr is going to go for. And on the other hand, you want to play for later on teamfights as the Aphelios, so you need to start stacking up these dragons. Satorius, though, has to flash away from that.
Yeah, we'll be able to get away. A heal was burnt from the unsealed spellbook just for a little bit of movement speed, but 113 needs to be careful. The red carpet comes on down. Pridestalkr not looking to land the death mark just yet, but a decent amount of damage coming through the fire. Will Zed be able to get the dive down? He's going to look for the assassination. Can he find it? I don't know if the damage is going to be enough. Yes, it will be. Pop goes the Xin Zhao.
Great stuff, honestly, on the Rift by Pridestalkr. I'm actually So astonished by the way he plays the champion. The Eclipse is complete, and if you look at the inventories of the Giants members, it's just bootyard sale going on right now. They're having scraps, they've got some amplifying tomes, some kindle gems, a Seeker's arm guard. It's just so hard right now to play against that Zed that is so fed. Whichever lane he chooses to go to, only death is going to follow because he's so far ahead, and Eclipse is such a huge spike for AD champions, especially if purchased that much earlier on than anyone else's mythic.
Couple of thousand gold to the good as well. We mentioned when this pick was locked in that they're going to want to try and accelerate the game, and that is now what Pridestalkr needs to do. They're already in a decent financial position, but can this Zed really start stamping his authority even further onto this game?
Yes, yes. Viperoon, I want more blood. I'm seeing Zed.
More
I'm
kills.
like, yes, I'm like, heck yeah. I've been wanting to see a Zed for so freaking long, and now we're getting it. Pridestalkr is popping off 3-0-1, 4 out of 5 kills. 4 out of 5 kills participation. 10 minutes only into the game. He's got his Eclipse. He's got in his back pocket the Rift Herald. I want more blood. I want him to choose a lane and kill them all and pop that Rift Herald as well. I'm thinking that it's going to be extremely beneficial if they can manage to punish Kasing and Attila down the bot lane, because that tower right there has only 4 platings. With Shelly charging and with the satchel charge from Gadget, they could very easily completely decimate that bot lane tower.
I'm just keeping my eyes on the minimap a lot of the time, just seeing where Pridestalkr is, because he's such a focal point in how this game is being played so far. But it's not like the other members of MOUZ aren't pulling their weight. Of course, Czekolad got that solo kill, which is where Pridestalkr hasn't been involved, and they cannot see that the Zed is down here. So if they overextend, if Attila steps up too far, and that's a really nice double knock-on, the super mega inferno bomb comes through. Attila's dead, Kasing's dead. It's simple as that.
Exactly as we expected, that we're gonna go towards the bottom again. A beautiful engage by Kamilius from Fog of War. They're gonna pop the Shelly. Shelly's gonna take the last few platings. You're gonna put the satchel charge down, and the tower is long gone. This is exactly how you use the Ziggs. That's exactly what you want to do when you do have a Ziggs. You want to prioritize the Rift Heralds for that exact reason. And Kamilius, such beautiful engage. The second Kasing and Attila step together onto one another. That's when Kamilius pulls the trigger. Satorius was also there for some security control, just in case someone managed to get away. But that was heck of an engage. Kamilius, 10 out of 10.
Absolutely squeaky clean. No nonsense coming out from the MOUZ bot lane. No nonsense from the MOUZ jungle. And it's just all going the way of the Prime League team. Remember, they're already out of the European Masters. This is their final game, but they're leaving it all on the Rift. And then Antonio, he's been stunned up. He hasn't really been focused too much, but he's already dead. Miniduke comes in, but he comes in just to dig his own grave. He manages to get Kalashli on Czekolad, and he gets away.
Satorius
coming to turn it around. Satorius is in the wings. Can he get some damage down? Can he burn through? 1-1-3 gets on Kamilius. He's going to go down as a 2-1 trade right now, and what looked like an interesting trade. It will be 2-2 as Pridestalkr gets all the damage out of nowhere. The Twisted Fate caught under tower, has the gold card. Look at the stun. Will he look to use it on the Pridestalkr? He's going to be tagging up tower if these minion waves fall, but it's just too big, and it's burnt through. It's back and forth, but once again, the Prime League side take it.
It was a very messy fight to begin with. Whew.
Sing? Oh no.
Oh no, it's going wrong on every single side of the Rift for Giants. That dive was a little bit scrappy because they didn't account on Miniduke coming in with the Twisted Fate, and when he does, he manages to trade one. But the patience right there on the gold card for Pridestalkr. So again, you see the Antonio, he's trying to run away. All he has to do is press R and pray that the Twisted Fate is going to come fast enough, but he doesn't, because this set is going to completely decimate you in one hit. Czekolad ends up paying with his life because he gets hit with the golden card underneath the tower. And really good stopwatch right there for Kamilius, ends up earning them some time. But then Satorius doesn't put down the flaming carpet too early. I don't know where 1-1-3 went. He went somewhere, and look at that. The gold card is going to be locked in. Pridestalkr is not hitting him. He's not hitting him. He's just walking around the tower. The second the gold card hits, this is where they go again, so they can just walk out of tower range instantly. That was very well played. A little bit scrappy at the start, but very well played in the end for the set of MOUZ. 5-0-4 on that Zed.
I was so shocked that the Twisted Fate came on through and was able to get so much work done, but Pridestalkr It's been all about this jungler. You set it up earlier today saying that so many people are saying that this is the next talent coming out of the Prime League. This is the guy you need to keep your eyes on. And while he won't be going further in the European Masters this time around, he's showing off exactly what he can do on the Rift.
He's leaving with a damn good impression, and that's what counts right here. This is why we have EU Masters, for all potential organizations to look at the new breed of talent that we have in Europe, to pick and choose their soldiers for the next LEC to come next season. And Pridestalkr was not pointed a finger at for the wrong reasons. He was pointed a finger at for all the good ones. People are saying that he is the next jungler to join the LEC, and damn, if he can make the Z work, I think Attila is in a lot of trouble right here going up against the Irelia.
Still alive. It's actually going to be a 1-for-1 as the Antonio comes through and blows him up. However, there was a kill off screen as well, I believe, as Miniduke, he's respawning.
Yeah, he went to join Attila on the 50s television, which is black and white in my knowledge, I think at least, I'm not sure. But yeah, Attila actually almost 200 years there because he had his shield bow available, and Czekolad seemed to put his entire combo and the ultimate on him, and Attila only had to burst the heal. I don't remember what guns he had. We might get the replay here. Oh no, we're gonna get the replay on what happened to Miniduke. Pridestalkr happened to Miniduke.
Things.
Yeah.
I see. Oh no, another solo kill for Rakan, I think.
Yeah, it's okay. Kamilius is just, he just solo balled them in Duke. No, he didn't. Map is sort of falling apart for Giants right now. 8,000 gold deficit. Attila has to run for his life yet again. There's not a single lane he can walk to farm. We've mentioned how in mobile ADCs and their towers being down, a lot of times they have to overextend. Kasing, 113, Miniduke, all overextended.
The damage down, and they were the free man, but now members have shown up from MOUZ. They're going to be able to get on Satorius, though. A lot of damage coming in onto the run, but he's going to stay alive with some shields and some assistance. 113 forced over the wall as Czekolad joins the fray, looking towards the damage on the tower. We'll be able to get Miniduke, we'll be able to get Kasing, and we'll be able to dance away from the situation. 113, the only one to survive as of now, but Kamilius is looking for him. Czekolad has found him, though, and it's not going to be a good time. 113 actually gets the shutdown and looking to get away. Satorius trying to burn low, will be able to do so as the tower falls mid. This Rift Hell's going to get charged onto the inhibitor towers, and it looks like with one satchel, they'll be able to crack the base at 17 minutes in.
Wow, Mousesports are not stopping. We mentioned how strong the early game is. They drafted for it, and they've absolutely snowballed this game out of control. 10,000 gold lead, 17 minutes in. They're matching Kamenkop in the previous one. Miniduke, where are you going?
He's going to the side, he's looking to get a stun, but the Everfrost hits no one, and he's forced to back away, but he does prevent MOUZ from going any further. No inhibitor taken this time.
Oof, this game has accelerated so much, and right now I think it was a really good choice to not pressure anymore. Just take the two towers, but don't pressure anymore, because a lot of the times I think we've seen G2 do it in the World Championship. I think it was a year ago or something, where they will allow an inhibitor to go down just so you can farm free waves. Now there's two situations, there's two sides to the coin where you're like, yeah, free waves if you're allowed to farm them unless you get pounced on. And I think with like all the Irelias, the Rumble, the Zed being so fed, even with an open inhibitor, you can't do nothing on the map because they're gonna take the Barons, they're gonna take the Dragons, they're gonna start stacking the map. And yes, your Aphelios will hit 200 years, but he might hit 200 years a year too late. And right now we're talking about a 10,000 gold lead, a 9,000 gold lead, I'm sorry, for the set of MOUZ, and they're just gonna brute force their way in to take the inhibitors because they just have that much pressure. That turtling, I don't think is gonna give much to the set of Giants right now.
What Giants going to be able to do to defend this, though? The mini wave's pretty big, but it's not got any supers just yet. Warfree's been engaged on though. He's been charged up. He's been taken down. The red carpet is laid, and Attila explodes. So does Kasing. The Antonio can just sit and watch as MOUZ break towards the base. They're going for the Nexus towers. K-Corp couldn't get the record, but MOUZ are certainly going to go for it. The two Nexus towers are down. The Nexus is the focus. Miniduke on the side. What can he do? Absolutely nothing. Sub 19 minutes, and MOUZ take down Giants. They fall to second place. K-Corp win the group.
18 minutes and 48 seconds. Where was this MOUZ earlier on? That looked so freaking dominant. from the Prime League squad. So freaking dominant. Unfortunately, this is the last time we're going to see them in the CU Masters, but damn, did they go out with an absolute bang. Bang, full caps lock. Pridestalkr on that Zed, Czekolad on that Irelia. We're obviously going to say goodbye to them, but holy, if you're going to go out one way, that's one to do it. 18 minutes, 48 seconds. We'd like to get our production to tell us if this is the fastest game of EU Masters that's ever been played.
Right?
It must be. It must be.
And that's outrageous. We're saying at 18, a sub 19-minute win in the final game of groups, and the team that dominated so hard is the one that's going home. Only at the Amazon European Masters is that something that's going to happen. Everyone was on the same page. Obviously, Pridestalkr going to take the headlines deservedly for that Zed, but Kamilius on the Rakan, those engages were so crisp every single time he dived in.
Okay. Guaranteed this is the faster EU Masters game this summer. And we're going to try to confirm from like the entirety of EU Masters, but holy, I'll agree with you. Kamilius was also so instrumental in getting these engages, allowing Pridestalkr to come in. And for Vodafone Giants, they just couldn't beat their demons. They couldn't face, they couldn't go through MOUZ to try to go for that first seed versus Carmine Corp. At the end of the day, Carmine Corp are going through as the first seed in this group. Vodafone Giants, the second one. We have to say goodbye. Yeah, we have to say goodbye to MOUZ, of course, and Matsko. And MOUZ put a really, really good showing in the last game.
This group is absolutely insane. You had Matchko firing on really good cylinders in the first few games. You've got MOUZ turning up huge in this last one. And of course, 3-3, they were only one game away from taking it over Vodafone Giants, who they so dominantly beat in this one. It's just a case of a little bit too little, a little bit too late for the Prime League team, but they can go away on an absolutely massive high because they just absolutely dominated.
18 minutes, man, and 48 seconds. They just 17 minutes in, 17 minutes, they dived Nexus Towers. That was insane. You see, the damage looks so low. In the other games, we're getting 19k damage, 22k damage, 23k damage. It didn't even have to go there because they didn't play long enough to reach more than 11.4k, which was on Pridestalkr's Zed. And man, he made Zed look viable. And quite frankly, I'm really scared for my solo queue experience right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Pridestalkr's hardcore just ruined solo queue for everyone for like the next 2 or 3 days.
Him and Hylissang playing Pike.
Cheers. Appreciate that. I'm not going to play rank for a few days. But it's sad to say goodbye to MOUZ. They've got so many really, really talented players. It's really disappointing to see them not be able to go further. But as we said, they can go out on a high matchco as well. Even though they never got a win, they left us with some really great impressions. But let's have a look at the standings to see exactly how Group D, of course, the only group that's finished. We've got loads of League of Legends coming up for you, but K-Corp confirmed top seed out of this one. Vodafone Giants coming out a second.
Yep. The 2021 Spring Champions coming out ahead in this group with only 1 loss and 5 wins. My eyes fall into the other LFL team, which is Misfits Premier, sitting very comfortably again on 3-0 with another Spanish team on their tail in this group as well, which is going to be UCAM. So there are 2 storylines building for you guys. Is it going to be the Spanish League chasing that title again? Because the LFL, yet another season, is coming in very hot.
Well, let's have a quick look at the schedule to see exactly where we're going to be watching and where our eyes are going to be tomorrow. It's going to be that Group B. As you see, Movistar Riders in that one, currently at the top, I believe, alongside Tripped, PTA, and PDW. This group also, it's in the same similar position. Anyone could really try and take this.
Yeah, absolutely. Tricked coming from the NLC. Then we have PDW, which is a surprise to everyone actually with the way they play. And then obviously we have Movistar Riders and Penta. Penta ended first in their Premier League regular season, and then they got defeated by Big, and they're having a pretty rough EU Masters on 0-3. So if they want to come back, they need to at least win all of their games. At least all of their games they need to win.
It's, you know, it's just win all
Easy
your
task.
games. It's simple as that, really. As long as you're winning each and every game you play, you're going to go far. But for that group, and of course for the others, there's plenty more teams that need to be qualifying, and we're going to be keeping our eyes peeled because we now know a couple of the teams that they're going to be facing. And with the performances that were shown from K-Corp throughout the entirety of this evening, I mean, Giants beat K-Corp in that first game of the day, but then K-Corp got absolutely destroyed by MOUZ. Two very strong teams into the quarters, but two teams that have shown that they can be taken down.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, if you just tuned in, this is the end of this group. We have our first two quarterfinalists. Congratulations to both Kam and Corp for making it through to the quarterfinals. And of course, Vodafone Giants, first seed, Kam and Corp, second seed, Vodafone Giants. We're saying goodbye to the PG Nats, Matchco, and to the Prime League's MOUZ. And is this it for us, Viper?
It is actually it for us, Georgia. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We're going to be back same time, same place tomorrow for even more Amazon European Masters action. So we'll see you then.
Elder reset, goes back 2000 on it. Attila stepping forward. Attila flashes into the pit, but he can't quite get it. Synchro. Attila managed to pick up one kill. The Elder Drake does go over towards Kam and Corp. Miniduke gets a counter kill. It might just be gone before K-Corp can even respond. Second coming in towards the backline. Doesn't have the smite on the unsealed spell, but Single going in as well. The smite will secure it. 1-1-3 takes it. Now Kam and Corp looking to fight. Attila dodges off towards the side. Miniduke going in as well. The camera shot's going to kill off Attila, and now taking the target. As you see, Miniduke just trying to get the chains to land. Saken will fall. Z-Boy stepping in. Kamilius hooks out there, looking for the stun, looking for the CC chain onto this Rakan. Boss on the flank position, has the flash, has the slicing Maelstrom, but it's already gone. Pridestalkr jumping in, Stem Boss unable to save his mid laner. Sepix is chased away. Wind becomes lightning, will find its mark.
Wait, they're actually not being spotted here. Oh, this is devastating.
It's so bad right now as they look for the damage, and there is first blood. The quickness available for Click does have the flash as well. Here comes the Cataclysm onto Attila, then for the backline, he's going to flash the spell shield away. Attila's still alive. Miniduke can shuffle and slide into the backline for this fight if he wants. There he goes, straight onto Click. Still has the Emperor's Divide as well. Matchco, it was a close fight at the end. Attila, the only one actually surviving, is the Antonio zombie from Attila. Attila goes down!
Unless Pridestalkr wants to flash into the pit. Look at that, you can't go in!
Though, the aggression coming up through X-Maddie. Take it so nobody can go gone as they try and get rid of Xin Zhao. He is dead. Kamilius is dead. Elise in a lot of trouble as the reactor tries to chase forward, gets the stun, gets a lot of damage, won't be able to find the click bone just yet, looking for the decimate there, the damage, there's the kill, as the snipe from X-Maddie secures another, and now it's going to be all on the menu. Sebek in the back as well. Wildchat's going to be able to defend this, but the mini wave's pretty big, but it's not for any supers just yet. Warfree's been engaged on that, he's been charged up, he's been taken down, the red carpet is laden, Attila explodes, so does Kasing. The Antonio can just sit and watch as MOUZ break towards the base.